I arrived home early from the business trip and caught my wife belly dancing in front of my brother wearing a fancy maroon dress and bold makeup. I felt like I had come to any dancing club instead of my own residence. I was standing in the lounge of our house watching them in shock. I coughed to make them realize my presence. They didn't expect me to arrive home early. They turned pale when they saw me because what my brother was doing with my wife in my absence. My wife Nova came running to me and said, "Darling, how did you come so early?" She said she was practicing dance for my surprise birthday. My brother felt so awkward to see me. For a while he didn't say a word because my anger was apparent on my face. My wife went to the kitchen to bring water for me to hide her guilt, of course. I didn't buy her excuse for preparing for the dance at my surprise birthday party, because Nova and I had been married for 5 years and dated for 3 years. And in those years she never cared about my birthday or even never used to remember my birthday. My birthday was an ordinary day for her. And suddenly she was saying she was practicing a belly dance for my surprise birthday. I didn't react on her excuse because I was too shocked to give any reaction. The betrayal I felt not only from my wife but also from my brother was difficult to carry. I was always on good terms with my brother. We were like best friends. He was 2 years younger than me, and he always supported me in everything, so how could he betray me like that? I decided to talk to him before reaching any conclusions. While Nova was in the kitchen, I directed my brother to get up and told Nova that we were going for a walk. When we were outside, I questioned my brother what he was doing with my wife and how dared he do this to me. My brother felt extremely miserable and stated Nova had invited him and she had been calling him every night. He told me when Nova invited him today, she didn't tell him she was going to be alone. He said he wasn't expecting this dance or Nova's open behavior with him. My brother took out his phone and showed me Nova's text and how he was ignoring her, yet she kept contacting him, telling my brother that she was attracted to him and how she wished she was married to him instead of me. I was shocked and hurt to see those messages. I asked my brother why he didn't inform me before. He said he didn't want to break my heart. My brother said goodbye to me and left after telling me everything. I returned home completely normal. Even though my heart was broken, I was feeling ashamed for blindly trusting my wife. I never once doubted her because I thought she loved me the way I loved her. But I was wrong, so instead of indulging myself in emotions, I began collecting proofs. I behaved normal in front of Nova, and she thought everything was fine. But I messaged my close friends and asked them if Nova ever tried to flirt with them. I suspected that if she could flirt with my brother, she could try with my friends as well, and as I expected, they sent me screenshots of Nova trying to flirt with them, inviting them for a coffee date, and she had sent her pictures to them too. My friends said they tried informing me in indirect words. But I never tried to take the hints. I was so consumed with work. I was working as a healthcare worker. My routine is so challenging that I didn't have time to pay attention to these things. And Nova took advantage of that. At this point I couldn't tolerate it anymore. I exploded into an anger and screamed at Nova and asked her how dared she cheated on me. She kept denying all those allegations, saying she never messaged my brother, but I had proofs from my friends as well, and when I showed them to Nova, she had no words to say. So she started sobbing and said we can fix this, and said these kinds of things are normal in marriages. She was expressing no guilt, instead she was stating we could fix it. And how all marriages are challenging. I had had enough at this point. I asked Nova to stop speaking this gibberish and leave my house. I had no affection or respect left for this woman if she could shamelessly cheat with my friends, knowing that one day they would tell me what she must be doing with strangers who couldn't tell me. I couldn't make the mistake of trusting her again. She pleaded for a second chance, reminding me of the wonderful days of our marriage. But when you lose trust in someone, You just can't trust them again, and I don't believe in giving second chances to cheaters because infidelity is a choice, not a mistake, so I filed for divorce the next day. I didn't have to pay alimony since the lawyer I hired built an excellent case of cheating and infidelity. Nova received nothing in the end but embarrassment. My brother and friends came to support me, and we all blocked her number from our phones, blocked her from everywhere because none of us wanted to stay in contact with Nova. I made the mistake of trusting her completely, but I ended 5 years of marriage in no time when I eventually found out about her cheating. I'm happy with my decision. And I've moved on with my life and started dating my high school friend, who showed me enormous support after my divorce. Life is so much better now. Some spouses cheat regardless of how much love you give them, and it is not your fault, so don't blame yourself and stop giving your cheating spouse second and third chances. Thank you for listening to my relationship story. Please like and subscribe to my channel and give your thoughts on my experience.